Hi, and welcome to yet another Q&A Saturday. I am Alison Beer of alisonbeer.com, where I work with adults who want to live lighthearted, reignite their own creativity, and learn to draw their very own cartoon characters. This is Q&A Saturday, as I mentioned before, and today we are tackling something that carries on from what we did last week, where we talked about lively faces and how asymmetry really contributes to the liveliness of your character's expressions and faces. This week we are looking at how asymmetry contributes to the life in your character's movements, specifically in the legs. So we're looking at the secret of drawing lively legs. What would it be? For those of you who have already gone through my Stick Men to Cartoons mini course, the free one on my website, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, that you can get an enormous amount of life out of working with stick people. So have a look at this. There we have stick people, stick legs, and we've got standing ones, we've got slightly bent ones, we've got jumping ones, but oh dear, they are so extremely dull. And what makes them so dull? Well, there's just one thing about them. We need to save them from dullness, and how on earth are we going to do that? What is the solution for the sad, dull set of legs? And the solution is simply asymmetry. If you watched last week, you'll know that we did asymmetry with regard to faces, and this week we're looking at asymmetry with regard to legs, and how it can really serve us when it comes to making legs a lot more lively. Look at the differences between these pairs of legs. If you look at the grey pair here, this is the left, this is the right, and they're pretty much a mirror image of each other. Foot facing outwards, the legs just straight right there. If you look at the other set, the blue set of legs, straight off the bat you can see there's a difference. So we've got this leg bent, this leg straight, we've got the hips at a slightly different angle, or the pelvis at a different angle, and there's even a little bit of a difference in the feet. So asymmetry makes all the difference when it comes to adding life to your legs of your characters. Here are some exercises that you can do to start to get to grips with lively legs. The first place to focus is on the hips and the pelvic girdle. So most of the static ones, you end up with hips like this, straight on. As soon as you start to vary the angle of the pelvis and the hips, you get more movement. So try having it at an angle like that, or an angle like this. Try having it very short, which would then imply that you're at a much more acute angle. And you can have it at really extreme angles, just to see what on earth you are going to be able to achieve with it. So once we've got various angles of the pelvis, what can we do next? Once you've got various options of hips, it's time to start experimenting with legs. And there really is no way you can go wrong here. So treat it entirely as an exercise. It doesn't matter if you end up doing something which is anatomically impossible for legs, because you will add options and possibilities of life, far more of those if you just let rip and start fiddling. So let's have a look at this. What happens if that hip is up? What happens if we've got this extreme set of hips? So let's say this is the nearer hip. What is going on here? Let's think that that might be like that, and this leg like that. Oh, this is really extreme. So this one could be with a leg way back up here, and this leg running like that. What's happening here? Let's think we might have a leg going out like this, and this one like that. Here, this one again, pretty static, but we can put a bit of fun into it. And I always like the idea of the back leg being bent like this, and let's have this one, what's it going to be doing? Is it going to be lifting off? Let's put that foot inward. So that person looks really off balance and toes together. This one could be dancing, something crazy, like that. And of course, final one, what to do. I think let's have this one standing on one leg like a stork. In fact, like that. As you will have noticed, when it comes to lively legs, there's a whole lot more to it than just the pins. You have to get the hips and the pelvis involved, and it's a little like doing the twist. Once you get that movement into the pelvis, it's amazing what your legs can do in your character's movements. So now it is your turn. Get started with those exercises and get your character moving. I would love to hear from you. So do send in anything that you happen to draw, that you'd like some input on, or that you just want to brag a little bit about. I would love to hear what you're up to. Next week we're going to continue this series because we're going to be looking at the arms and the hands to see how asymmetry can add some life in the upper body as well. Did you like this video? If you did, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube and subscribe to my channel there. And I would love it if you would share it with anyone you think might be interested. And if you would like even more tips from me, things that I only share on email, please head on over to my website, www.alisonbeer.com, and sign up there for email updates. Stay drawing. Just 15 tiny minutes a day can add up to an enormous amount of practice if you keep going for the long term. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time on Q&A Saturday.